Hello, hello, hello. I wanted to make another video for the Blonde Karen Society, which consists of one person only and no subscribers at all. That is too scary to subscribe to something like, what if a hacker sees it and he goes, ha 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 ha, ha, I caught you. You subscribe to the Blonde Karen Society. It's always, and with men it is particularly severe, with that peer pressure, with that fear of losing face. It's like this. It's all about honor. I talked about this a lot on Clay and Putty videos. The word honor, it's just deep. This sums it all up about human psychology and shame and pride, which is basically two sides of the same coin. And shame and pride, it's a product of the ego. It needs to be dissolved. And I was just listening for just a brief moment to a men's rights activist woman, and it just makes me want to throw a cake in her face. It's like, and the way she dresses, and oh my gosh. And sorry, but I'm a psychic. I can see right through people's faces. I can see when someone is a liar. I can see when someone's on the take, money from under the table and serving certain agendas, creating propaganda. I mean, allowing herself to prostitute herself to the male agenda with her clothes, high heels, the White House dress, and the hairdo, with the extra hair padding to give it an extra back head, which isn't there, but to create it, with the extra hairdo, with the extensions and all of this. See, I don't wear extensions. My hair is split. I just show it off. I'm showing off my split hair. This is how split hair looks like. Yeah, we have heavy metal pollution in our environment. Okay, it's caused by human greed. And that lady talking about, how she has interviewed in the past, she has interviewed men to make a feminist documentary. First of all, I don't buy it. That lady, I don't know, she looks like she's 25. She's just come out of school. How can she... No way. I don't believe it, that she has been a feminist. She doesn't have a feminist cell in her body. Okay, never had. So I can see that in people's faces. A true feminist isn't gonna suddenly turn around and say, "Oh, I decided I'm gonna cater now to the poor men in the world that are 3 times as physically strong as women. They can beat women up just like that. The poor men, I mean, let's look at statistics here, okay? And yeah, there are differences between men and women. That's obvious. This is a biological fact. The real true feminists know that too. That's why they're standing up for women. If that wasn't the case, if women were equally muscular and strong and could defend themselves physically, then there wouldn't be any issues. The whole problem escalated throughout the millennia because the female is on average smaller, has a smaller frame of body, and with smaller hands, feet, and body, and less muscles. I mean, there are some very strong women in the world. Of course, there are some very strong women. They can beat up all asses. So they exist, and that's great. And that definitely protects them. Myself included. I have a lot of muscles, and naturally I can carry heavy water containers and lift them up. I have to do that for my husband, basically, because, I mean, he's older, but he's also shorter than I am. So, but in in general, you know, women are, I'm not super tall, I'm 5'9", but there are much taller women than me, of course, and stronger also. But I'm more like, I'm big, let's put it that way, so statistically. But most women are, the average woman is medium built and medium tall and medium heavy and medium muscular body. So, and the average man has much bigger body. Okay, so the average man is like 6 feet, I don't know, close to 6 feet. The average woman is about 5'4", so, yeah, and weighs 110 or 120 or something like that. And the average male weighs about 200. So I'm 220. But yeah, but that's because I'm overweight. So if I wasn't overweight, I would be, I don't know, 160 or something. So, but anyway, so the average woman is very petite and cannot defend herself against a real big truck driver or something. That's just a fact, okay? And because of this, a lot of men, it seems like more than 50%. I don't know the exact statistics, but I advise people to look at the statistics. The majority of men seem to be domestically violent towards animals and children and women. And that is why the women get a restraining order. That's why they go to a lawyer. That's why we have these women protecting laws in the first place. Okay, so, and I would much rather see the children go to the woman. Not all women are super. Not all women are great mothers. Okay, lots of them fall into the cluster B groups. Okay? Unfortunately, seems like maybe the majority of humans. But the woman is not going to, I mean, there's no comparison between a cluster B woman and a cluster B man. Cluster B man can beat up living beings, and it happens, and it's heartbreaking, and it is infinitely sad. Okay, so the women usually do not beat up living beings. They are usually not cruel. Okay. And that brings me to the psychology of men, which this lady hasn't even addressed. She's just completely coming from the male agenda, the propaganda, the corporate agenda. Corporate agenda is always siding with injustice, always, just all the way throughout all issues. And So this video seemed to me like a propaganda TED talk. So it's sad, not everyone that gives presentations there comes with the right intentions, or some comes with grassroots activist intentions. Most people probably don't. My videos are 100% grassroots, coming from one person, the blonde Karen. Okay, but my name's not Karen, my name is Nikki. But anyway, so I'm a real activist. I care about things, so that's why I make these videos, because it's like wherever I go on the internet, I see propaganda being spread around, and it really bothers me. I really want to throw cakes right and left, literally, and all the way around in a circle, like a circular cake throwing event or something. But that's why I make these videos, because I can't stand injustice and lies and propaganda. It's just awful. It's just annoying. But what I do see in men, and that's why my compassion does come in, is I see that men definitely suffer the most psychologically. That's pretty obvious. So, and that's why they become violent. Most men acted out with violence. There are some who take it into themselves and who become depressed and suicidal. There are some. And that rate is increasing in general for all people, and in particular teenagers. That's real disturbing. That's real horrible. And I hold the corporate agenda accountable for that, because they're creating hate groups. They created Islamic State. They created Black Lives Matter. They created this. It's like gasoline into fire. They created this only for one reason: to turn people against Donald Trump, because they're hoping that the public will blame the president for these events. And it's amazing how Donald Trump is holding his, like a rock in the surf, position of power and strength against all odds of what is coming at him, what is thrown at him, all the obstacles that are thrown at him. That's what I call a real powerful brain. That's a real strong man, Donald Trump. I admire men like this, compassionate, strong, who do not compromise. I really love men like this. Men who care about all justice issues. But I'm glad to see there are a lot of people who do recognize this. Glad to see this on every social media website. Thank goodness to all of you intelligent people who recognize that. So, but yeah, I see what's going on. I see that the man or the boy, throughout history, I don't know when this started, it probably didn't start, it just gradually happened. The males in animals too are always stronger, of course. In humans, however, it has become convoluted. I made a video for Google in which I addressed this issue as well. Convoluted psychological problems in humans, which causes men to suffer the most, because they think they have to match this idea of masculinity. It's very, very sad. It causes a lot of pressure. So my message to them is, stay strong and don't cave into society's peer pressure. Okay, you guys take care. Bye.